Okay, this is day number 22 in our journey here of our relaunch of Best Easy Work. Today's video is going to be an important one because you know what we've down to 8 more days to go. So you've gone 22 days, actually 21 days. This is the 22nd day here. You're in the midst of this 22nd day here. And I can tell sometimes, you know what, this is going to creep up and I want you to deal with it in your business. Because if you don't deal with this in your business, it's going to cripple your success. So I'm going to get right into it, what I'm talking about here. What I'm actually talking about is self-doubt. Now, as you go on this journey in your business, making this work for yourself, there is going to be some talk in your head. You're going to have some self-doubt. You're going to be wondering to yourself, can I do this? What should I be doing? How can I do this? All those questions are going to come up in your brain, and you're going to self-doubt yourself whether you should be doing this. So I position this video at this point because you know what, when you first get started something, you're very excited to get started, and as time goes on, you get that feeling like you want to give up, that self-doubt that comes in, that creeps into your mind going, what have I done, right? What have I taken on? And so I'm going to kind of walk through this video to give you some perspective so you can hone yourself back in and get your business back on track. Because what I've seen with self-doubt, what ends up happening is you start looking outside of you to ask people, what should I be doing next? Even though you have all the answers, right? You've been given all the answers, shown everything, and it's for you to go out there and implement it. When self-doubt creeps in, you go back and you're asking the question, you're looking for someone to give you an answer. What should I do now? How should I do this? You're not being, in a sense, in that curiosity mode where you're eager to learn and do new things. So I'm going to help you guide you through the self-doubt process so you can really hone yourself back in, get back on track, and do the things you need to do in order to get your business going. So when self-doubt crops up, you're probably wondering, what am I doing wrong? You probably see that things aren't working the way you want to go, and you're asking yourself, what am I doing wrong? You're telling yourself it's not working. You're really second guessing yourself in a sense and defeating yourself. You're creating those things in your mind that is working on you to defeat you to the point where you say, you know what, I'm going to quit and move on to something else. And the same thing keeps happening over and over with you because this process is something you have to go through, deal with, and get through, and know that it is real and that it's just something you just need to get through. And most of the times when we get stuck on the self-doubt, we get those thoughts in our head that we don't really know what are the steps to overcoming that. Because you know what, if you quit this business, quit whatever business you're in, go start something else, it's going to be the same process you have to go through. What I've taught you from day one up until this point is the same process you have to go and implement in any business. It really doesn't matter what business you're in. It's the building blocks of you building a business. So self-doubt is going to come in, and when it happens, you're wondering why things are not working for you, and you're really second guessing yourself and creating yourself a defeating mindset. And here's how I'm going to shift you to think about self-doubt when this creeps up. I mean, really ask yourself, have you invested in the process of what you need to do, right? You need to go advertise. Have you really advertised correctly? Correctly in the sense that you're doing more than just posting a couple ads a day, right? If you're spending, say, maybe 30 minutes on your business, it's like, is that enough for you to generate what you're looking to generate? Is that really enough? I mean, really ask yourself those questions. Are you giving enough to the process? And then another thing is, have you invested in your mindset? Because remember, when we started the whole series to begin with, the first thing we went over is the mindset. The idea that your mindset is what's going to pull you through to get you through from point that you were at to where you want to be. So it's all the process, and in the process, it could be a painful process, right? Because these things come up, you're trying to do new things, and you have to find your way. So just like how you see this cute little kid right here, he's doing baseball, right? And it's the concept that when you are learning to do something new, learning this business model, learn how to market online, make money online, is you want to come in and hit the ball out of the ballpark. because you're coming into this going, people have done this, I've seen it been done, I'm gonna go and hit a home run here. So that's how you're getting into this, thinking I'm gonna hit a home run, I'm gonna make $10,000 or $20,000, $50,000 in a short amount of time. And it's like this little kid. If this kid, imagine this little kid came into the game thinking, I'm going to hit a home run. I mean, look how far a home run is. It's like you got to work up to it, right? But know that with this kid, that everyone knows that he can do it. He can hit a home run. There's no doubt that he can. And we cheer him on. The same thing with you. You're coming into this game and you might be looking to hit a home run. You know what? Someone's telling you to do this, do this, and do this, and you're like, okay, I'm going to go up there and hit a home run. And that's your thought process, that because you've been told what to do, that you have to hit a home run, that it's in you, or that in a sense that you're given that right, that you have the right to hit that home run. And it's like, you know what, you have to practice just like the pros have practiced to get up there, swing the bat a couple of times before you actually hit a home run. And it's a thing that, you know what, people know that you can do this. I mean, just like this little kid, he's getting ready to, hit that ball. We know that he can do it, and you have to know that you can do this too. People are looking at you saying, you know what, people before you have come before you and done this. That means you can do it too. People have come before this little fellow. They were small as well, learned how to play baseball, and they have done it. So it's no doubt that you can do this. But you just need to know that, you know what, you could do this, and you're working through a process here. So how do you get through this doubt feeling, right? This doubt of, I can't do this. This is not working. You're feeling down and depressed about the entire process because it's not working fast enough, right? And that's usually when doubt sets in. It's not working fast enough for you. And you get to that point going, why can't I do this? Your frustration comes in, just like this little kid you're seeing on the page here. Frustration comes in if he doesn't, connect with the ball. And you're looking at him going, it's okay, you're going to get it. You are going to connect with the ball. You're going to get a home run. It's going to happen. You got to just keep working at it. It's the same thing. You got to keep working on your business and keep working at it. And the way you do that is you got to study and train. You got to study, marketing. I mean, this has been a 21-day series here, but you've gotten a lot of information. Right? These traffic sources you've gotten were quite a lot. There's quite a bit to them. No one can go in depth about all the traffic sources that you've seen. And there's tons more traffic sources out there that you can go explore. So there's tons of knowledge out there. So you gotta study it, the information. And then the next thing is you gotta train and actually do it. The part that comes in is you gotta do it. You gotta do that action part of actually doing what's taught to you, what's suggested, and so you find your own rhythm. Because just like how this little kid here, he's gonna get lots of tips from a lot of people, right? Saying hold the bat this way, hold the bat that way, stand this way, whatever the thought might be. But you know what? Eventually, over time, by him doing his process, he's gonna find his perfect stance. He's gonna find the perfect way to hold the bat for himself based on his body type, how he feels, how he swings the bat. He's gonna ultimately comes down to him to find his way, to say, you know what, I've gotten all the tips, I've learned all this stuff. This is what feels good to me and natural for me, that when I do swing the bat, I make a connection with the ball. The same thing happens with you. You're learning all this stuff, but you know what? You're gonna have to train and study that you find your own, in a sense, groove with all this information. Now, another thing to get this process done, the study and train process, is you got to feed your mind. And that's what this comes down to, marketing online. You feed your mind with, all the things that, the technical stuff, right? There's some technical things you got to do. You just got to go place advertisements, that kind of stuff. It's a technical process. But behind the scenes thing is when you feed your mind, you could go ahead and do that duty a lot more efficiently and better. And one of the things I found really helpful for me that I'm going to share with you, so you can help get through this process of doubt that might be creeping up, or when it does creep up, what to do with it, is you got to feed your mind motivational things. And two of my favorite books are The 4 Hour Work Week by Timothy Ferriss and also The Richest Man in Babylon by George Clason. Now, those two books, I've read them both, and actually I listened to the audio version of them. And those are what, focus me and ground me into what I'm doing, into why I'm doing things, into where I'm going, to see the big picture that this is very possible. Because you know what? If you don't remember the process that, this is possible, something is possible for you, this is going to work for you because others have done this before, and you see the blueprint of how this all works, then the self-doubt really takes over because you have nothing to counteract that, saying, you know what, this is doubt, but this is something that's real, that's happened for other people, and there's a blueprint of the universe in a sense that says this is possible. So what I'm going to do, the action step is, I want you to check the description box for the two audiobooks I'm going to leave for you. The 4 Hour Work Week, you'll find that in the description box, along with The Richest Man in Babylon. You'll find the audio version books to those. So you can listen to them while you're in the car, you're walking, or if you're just quietly somewhere, you could definitely listen to them. Because I could tell you what, these stuff are powerful in terms of, feeding your brain to get you oriented to see things a little differently. And, once you see things with clarity, you can't unsee it, right? Once you do something and you know how to do it, it's as if you can't unlearn it because you've learned it. So what I want you to do is focus on these two books, and then certainly search out more motivational, inspirational type material. And that will, feed your brain to orient you, to get you through any doubt that creeps up as you're going through your business. Now, my absolute favorite, if you're trying to decide which one to go with first, I would say The Richest Man in Babylon. It definitely have timeless tips and a perspective about, how to make money in this broad, in this world that is just timeless and priceless, because it's as if it's never changed. And this book was written way, way, way back, and yet the message is still prevalent today. So if you're thinking, okay, which one should I read just to get you honed in on, this one, The Richest Man in Babylon, is one that I listen to over and over again because the lessons in this book are just so timeless. Now, The 4 Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss, that's more today's kind of version of the material in terms of how to make money in this kind of world. It definitely put in perspective that, or kind of give you a blueprint of how you could create your life in a sense in a 4 hour work week to make enough money that you want, but also have time freedom as well. So definitely check both of these out and pick your favorite. Either one doesn't matter, but the important thing is to feed your mind so you can definitely get over self-doubt. So in the description box, you know what to do. Just check the description box and you'll find a link to both of these audiobooks.